watching FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Rays, Magic, and Lightning.
A little rainy day yesterday here in Port Charlotte at Charlotte Sports Park. We got 2 innings in, and then here comes the monsoon. Taj is going to be on the hill today. It was Zach Littell yesterday who got his 2 innings in. Danny Jansen hit the homer, but Rays and Twins, things were canceled. Much different scene here today at Charlotte Sports Park. Sunny skies as we are set for Rays baseball hosting the Phillies here in Port Charlotte. Ryan Bass alongside Brandon Lau, the longest tenured member of the Tampa Bay Rays here, joins me. B. Lau, good to have baseball back officially here in the spring. This seems to be a really good clubhouse we got. What is the sense from you, being a leader, clubhouse guy, one of the longest tenured members of this team, of just what this team could accomplish this year?
Yeah, I mean, it is a great clubhouse, and speaks volumes to some of the moves that they made this offseason, some of the acquisitions and guys they brought in. It's a great thing to have, and one of the intangibles in this league is a good clubhouse. You always love having it, and I think this team is going to surprise a lot of people. I don't think anybody's really given us the light of day with some of the other teams in the East, but I think we're going to have a really good season, a really fun season.
One of the guys that will be crucial to that is the guy on the hill today, Taj Bradley. How are you excited to see him go out for his first spring appearance here and hopefully build off what we saw last year?
Yeah, I mean, if you could bottle up, 4 or 5 of his starts, I think for a month or two, just tell him to go out there and do exactly what he did for those starts and don't change a thing would be great. But that's not how baseball works, and you're excited to see the work that he's put in this offseason and some of the changes that he's made to improve himself, because nobody's ever satisfied. Taj is one of those guys that seeing what he did last year, he's like, yeah, it was good. I had some highs and lows, but he was going to work on making sure that he had more highs than lows this year.
Well, it's certainly going to be exciting to see Taj, you and the fellas here today against the Phillies. Appreciate you joining us, B. Lau. Coming up next, we got Rays baseball against the Phils here in Port Charlotte. Taj Bradley going to be on the hill. Yandy Diaz leading things off for the Rays, and Kevin Cash's crew ready for baseball here in Port Charlotte. First pitch is next.
Derek.
Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car.
Too much heat?
I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth. Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why?
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Elantra for $189 a month today.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
What would I do if my credit union paid my rent for a year? Definitely getting a new ride. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Dupuytren's contracture in Steve's hand caused him to struggle with basic everyday tasks.
I miss holding my wife's hand, so I was very excited to hear about XIAFLEX.
Live your life hands-on with the XIAFLEX, the only FDA-approved non-surgical treatment for Dupuytren's contracture when a cord can be felt.
After XIAFLEX, I was able to get back to doing the things I did before.
Don't receive XIAFLEX if allergic to any of the ingredients. Serious side effects may include tendon or ligament damage, which may cause it to break or weaken and may require surgery. Nerve injury, including numbness, tingling, and increased pain may occur. Skin tear and loss of local soft tissue may occur, which may require amputation or skin graft, may cause severe allergic reactions. Dizziness or fainting can happen. Risk of bleeding or bruising at the injection site may be increased if you have a bleeding condition or take blood thinners. Get hands-on with your treatment plan. Join the nearly 250,000 adults who have been prescribed XIAFLEX. Visit handsonlife.com to find a hand specialist near you and learn more about the Zero Pay program.
Well, on the heels of yesterday's rainout, the Rays and the Phillies have started this game 2 minutes early, and so we are looking at our second hitter of this contest. Philadelphia Phillies had Rojas lead off. He was the DH, and he hit a 1-0 pitch into left field, a fly ball caught by Cristopher Sánchez, and now Brandon Marsh up there with a count of 1 strike. And so we are up to date. 1 ball, 1 strike to count right now on a gorgeous day. Temperature 73 degrees. Wind out of the northwest, blowing out of the left field corner. And there's a strike. It's 1-2. Taj Bradley, one of the impressive young arms on this Rays pitching staff. 2-2 now. So we look at Marsh. He'll be in center field. Rojas, Marsh, and then Edmundo Sosa, the top 3 hitters in the lineup from Rob Thompson. Will hold the count right there at 2-2. Cal Stevenson clean up with Buddy Kennedy at third. Garrett Stubbs catching. Hayden Miller, impressive young talent at shortstop. Justin Crawford, another outstanding young talent with some great bloodlines, and left hitting 8th, and Otto Kemp at first base will bat 9th. And now the count goes full here on Brandon Marsh. Dwayne Stats with you. We've already seen Ryan Bass, and we'll be joined by a couple other personalities throughout the day, so it's glad to have you're looking at. Fly ball, and out there in left field, Morel takes care of that. So Cristopher Morel has taken care of the first 2 hitters, playing left field behind Bradley. And Edmundo Sosa about to step in. Rays play him a little bit around to the right side, and Morel and left well off the line. Well, Bradley, 6'2", a 5th round pick in 2018. Coming off 25 starts for the Rays in their rotation a year ago. Did he go? A check down at first. Marvin Hudson says he held up. An invitee, Tyler Jones, is calling the balls and strikes. Minor league umpire with a chance to show his effectiveness as plate umpire in spring training. It's Brandon Lau. Nice play, and a good play at first by Yandy Diaz on the back-ended scoop. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the first. When we come back, Yandy Diaz will be in the leadoff spot for the Rays.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV?
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Oh my God.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Or mind control?
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch.
Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
Every day, 44 people in the U.S. die from a drug overdose. The majority of overdose deaths involve opioid use. In addition, overdose deaths accelerated during the COVID-19 pandemic. But they don't have to. Under Florida's Good Samaritan Act, you cannot be prosecuted for calling 911 to get help for someone who has overdosed. This is especially critical in emergencies where every second counts. There is help. Recovery is possible. Visit cfbhn.org for more information.
The new Checkers and Rallies Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 breaks all the rules. Like the rule that sizzling, crazy, cravey food has to be expensive. And the rule that steaky, schmelty, Swissy cheesesteak can't also be a big beefy burger. And especially the rule that the voice guy can't take a bite. So worth it. The new Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 at Checkers and Rallies. Grab it before it's gone.
We welcome you back to Rays Spring Baseball, presented by Suncoast Credit Union. In the bottom half of the first for the Rays on this gorgeous day. We'll have Yandy Diaz leading off. And he'll be facing Cristopher Sánchez. Sanchez formerly in the Rays system and has blossomed on the hill with the Philadelphia Phillies. Yandy followed by Brandon Lau, and then Eloy Jimenez, the DH. Strike one on the foul ball. Down the middle of the lineup, Christopher Morel, Richie Palacios, and then Curtis Mead. Jose Caballero hits seventh. Chandler Simpson in the lineup in center, hitting eighth, and Logan Driscoll behind the plate, batting ninth. A two-strike count to Yandy. A bit of that one foul. It's still an 0-2 count. And there's Kevin Cash, the Rays manager, 11th season. Just 47 years old, so he's got a lot of baseball to go and a lot of successful baseball behind him already. Chopped down to third. Kennedy throws out Yandy. Otto Kemp on the receiving end at first base. And now the lefty will face Brandon Lau. Lau, the left-handed hitter. That's going to be a fair ball the other way and kicks off the side fence out to Crawford, and a base hit for Brandon, jumping on the first pitch. It'll be fun to watch him play this year. Some of these Rays left-handed hitters at what will be the Rays home park at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. And that time Brandon went the other way against a lefty, and good piece of hitting there. Eloy Jimenez. Strike one. He will be getting a very good look this spring in as a non-roster player. Last year between the White Sox and the Orioles. And he has him out front right there. Ball dropping out of sight. Boy, a great rookie year for Jimenez. And in the ensuing seasons, some difficulty. Ball, two strikes. Baltimore picked him up from the White Sox last year during the season. Two and two, and a tough year for Jimenez. He did have some physical issues. He had a strain, a adductor strain, then a left hamstring strain. So there were some physical issues mixed into what was a down season for him. And he is caught looking right there. And that will be out number two. Boy, that's quite a pitch for Sanchez. Right there on the borderline, and he got the call. It's Christopher Morel. That's a cut and miss. Strike one. Morel. A lot of power from that right side. 21 home runs last year combined against the opposition for the Cubs and the Rays. 3 of those in a Rays uniform. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. There it was Morel who hit a couple home runs in the first 2 games in a Rays uniform, and then the next 47 games, man, he just 1 home run. And he is out on strikes. And Sanchez sharp here in the first inning, made a couple very good pitches. And Morel is out on strikes, no score.
Choose Winters and Yonker, and we will send an attorney to you. Let our aggressive attorneys represent you for your personal injury case. Our firm will send an attorney, not an investigator, legal assistant, or paralegal. Winters and Yonker.
Liberty. Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Liberty. It's pronounced Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Hurry in to the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan. Like the all-new Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, the sporty Sentra, and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Get up to $2,500 total savings on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
What a day this turned out to be for the Rays. Morel gets into this one. High and deep to left center. And he got it. An immaculate inning right there.
Josh Lowe goes deep. And the pitch is swung on a missed strike 3. It's 99.
What a play by Taylor Wall.
A 3-run homer for Camadero.
And what a finish this is.
Let's go. FanDuel Sports Network is your home for Rays spring training. Don't miss a moment as the Rays ramp up for the regular season. Presented by Suncoast Credit Union. Let's go.
Back here in Port Charlotte, Shane McClanahan joining us here as Taj Bradley's on the hill for his second inning of work. Shane, first of all, congratulations on being named the opening day starter already here in spring. How excited and amped are you to just get back and pitch in some meaningful games for this club?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I missed it quite a bit, and I'm excited to get back and watch guys like this in the mound and the other guys in rotation, and hopefully have a lot of fun this year.
I know the fans are so excited to see you. How do you feel physically coming off? I mean, you look great in spring. How's everything feeling for you as you work through some things here in spring ball?
Feeling good. It's February, it's still early, and we got a long ways to go, and I'm excited to take those next steps and take that ball opening night.
4 up, 4 down so far for Taj. How impressed are you with what he did last year, and how excited are you to watch him pitch this year?
Taj is special. I think even talking with Snyder, talking with Cash, and kind of everybody around him, you realize the talent he has, and the work ethic and everything like that, and he's starting to learn and grow as a pitcher and as a person, and I think the sky's the limit for Taj.
Want to toss it back to Dwayne in the booth?
Absolutely. Back to you guys.
There you go, Dwayne. Shane sends it back to you.
Thank you very much, and we are indeed looking forward to seeing him on the mound opening day. It'll be his 3rd career opening day start, and what a lift it is to have him active and back in there. Kennedy with a popper, and it's handled by Yandy down at first. 2 up and 2 down. Yeah, those starts, that 3rd opening day start for the Rays lefty Shane McClanahan, and that will pull him even with David Price in franchise history, behind only Chris Archer and James Shields. That's a ball to the Philly catcher, Garrett Stubbs, 1-0. Archer and Shields with 4 opening day assignments each, and this will be number 3 for Shane McClanahan. Well, 5 up and 5 down here for Bradley. Rays had a base hit in the bottom of the 1st by Brandon Lau, left him aboard. and a base hit. On the right field side is second, in the center, and Chandler Simpson. There's Simpson out there in center. He is going to be fun to watch this spring. There he is out there, a speedster, just making contact. Puts pressure on the defense when he's up there. So we'll get a chance to see him in the bottom of the second or third. Here's Aiden Miller. And the fastball in there for a strike. Miller, one of the not only one of the top prospects for the Phillies, but in all of baseball. A little chopper back to the mound. Bradley takes care of that. And a one hit, one man left, no runs inning. And we go to the bottom of inning 2, scoreless.
What would I do if my credit union paid my mortgage for a year? I'm finally opening the best bagel shop in town. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
What a day this turned out to be for the Rays. Burrell gets into this one. High and deep to left center. And he got her. An immaculate inning right there.
Josh Lowe goes deep. And the pitch is swung on a missed strike 3 at 99.
What a play by Taylor Wall.
A 3-run homer for Caminero.
And what a finish this is. We're scoreless through an inning and a half. You can catch Rays baseball this spring at sunny Charlotte Sports Park. Be the first to see the 2025 team in action. Grab tickets and enjoy the Rays spring training, all presented by Visit Tampa Bay at raysbaseball.com/spring. Sanchez, the left-hander on the hill. Palacios leading it off. Richie takes the ball. Curtis Mead next, and then Jose Caballero. One and one. Fly ball short right, but it's going to carry. And Stevenson is there making the grab. That's the first out. And now the matchup of Curtis Mead and Cristopher Sánchez, traded for each other back in November of 2019. Mead, as you know, from Australia. The pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Sánchez, Rays had signed him as a free agent out of the Dominican Republic in 2013, and he really blossomed after that deal. And was a big part of this Philadelphia pitching staff. 2 strikes the count. How about that? A guy from the Dominican Republic and a guy from Australia, and here they are meeting in Port Charlotte. And Mead is out on strikes. It's a third strikeout for Sanchez. He got 2 looking in the first, and this one swinging. Here is Jose Caballero. And a hot shot liner caught by Kennedy. And a 1-2-3. Little pitch count inning there for Sanchez. And we're going to head into the third with the Rays and the Phillies.
Derek. Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car.
Too much heat?
I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth. Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why? Deals so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Elantra with 2.99% APR or get $1,750 bonus cash today.
Choose Winters and Yonker, and we will send an attorney to you for your auto accident. I'm Bill Winters. If you've been injured in an accident, call Winters and Yonker so we can start working on your case. Call Winters and Yonker for your free attorney consultation.
I really am in the middle of nowhere. Every day is different. Chores, come on, homeschooling, and then I fit in the rug business. I just got a new batch of rugs that I'd love to show you. I have a website, and a lot of what I do is sharing my home life. Mommy's leaving. Reliable, high-speed internet is the foundation of our business. Spectrum was great. They went out of their way to make sure that I was okay and I was taken care of. Shoo! And that's the awesomeness of having Spectrum.
There's a lot of things you're good at.
But what do you like to do that you want to do for the rest of your life?
And get paid. Think about a career in computer information technology. Eastern Florida State College offers 5 bachelor degree tracks in programs like computer project management, cybersecurity, data science, networking, and more. There's definitely one you'll be good at. Learn at your own pace, in person, online, day or night.
What are you good at?
So come on, let's get started.
Gorgeous day. Spring training baseball presented by Suncoast Credit Union. And we're headed into the third inning with Justin Crawford leading off. The pitch is a ball down and in. Well, Justin Crawford, son of Carl Crawford. And you can see a lot of the athleticism in Justin that we saw in Carl when he wore the Rays uniform. Crawford is out. A bounding ball handled by Brandon Lau out there at second base. So 8 pitches in here for Bradley in his first outing of the year after making 25 starts a year ago. The Rays are going to make a pitching change.
What would I do if my credit union paid my rent for a year? Definitely getting a new ride. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Choose Winters and Yonker, and we will send an attorney to you. Let our aggressive attorneys represent you for your personal injury case. Our firm will send an attorney, not an investigator, legal assistant, or paralegal. Winters and Yonker.
The new Checkers and Valley's Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 breaks all the rules. Like the rule that sizzling, crazy, cravey food has to be expensive. And the rule that steaky, schmelty, Swissy cheesesteak can't also be a big beefy burger. And especially the rule that the voice guy can't take a bite. So worth it. The new Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 at Checkers and Rallies. Grab it before it's gone.
Well, the Rays make a pitching change, and Taj Bradley with 23 pitches, 2 1/3. He appeared to be sharp, and he will give way to the left-hander Jake Brentz, 30-year-old southpaw out of Baldwin, Missouri, in the St. Louis area. And the first pitch to Otto Kemp, the first baseman, is a ball. Brentz has some big league time back in 21 and 22 with the Kansas City Royals, and there's a ball that slipped away from him and behind the hitter, skipping to the backstop. 2-0. Could see that one get away from him. Brentz originally in the Blue Jays organization. He misses with his third straight pitch, 3-0. And there's ball 4. Another 4-pitch walk, and Kemp heads to first. So a runner aboard, you can claim your share of the Rays 50-50 charity raffle jackpot with proceeds supporting youth programming in Tampa Bay. You can win big and support the community. Visit Rays5050.com. Now the top of the order, Rojas. And there's another pitch. It's 5 in a row out of the zone by Brentz. One, finding the strike zone there. Oh, and this one, you could see Rojas trying to skip the rope to get out of the way, and that ball got him. So he's going to head to first. And Phillies will take a look. So command, control, all of that an issue for Brentz here in the top of the 3rd inning. And they'll make sure that Rojas is okay. Rob Thompson wants to make sure everything's all right. And Brentz will get a mound visit. Well, Brentz last year in the minor leagues pitched a total of 30 innings. Innings, and in that time he walked 52 hitters. Can that be right? 1 strike to count. Pitch a little close, 1-1. He is at Omaha and Northwest Arkansas, AA and AAA. Chopped down to first, fair. Out there, the runners will advance. So that ball over the bag, fair, and Diaz takes care of it unassisted. Rojas to second and Kemp to third. So in the minor leagues for Brentz, 30 innings, 32 strikeouts. That's good. more than a strikeout per inning, but the walk total, 52 walks. Sosa takes a pitch down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. And control has always been an issue when you look at him. It was certainly that in a dramatic fashion a year ago. But he's always made a lot of pitches and run deep counts and has had control and command issues. Two and one. Right back 2-2. So you take an arm like this, a lefty with command issues, and have him in camp, and you take a look, and why not? That's one of the things spring training is for. Snyder into right. That's going to be a base hit. Couple of hops. Picked up by Palacios. Kemp has scored. Rojas followed him in. So Sosa comes through with a base hit the other way. And Philadelphia opens a 2-0 lead. And now it's Cal Stevenson, lefty on lefty. It's down 1-0. And no sooner do you give up a walk and hit a man, and those two runners become runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two. Two balls, 2 strikes. Taj Bradley got the start, 2 1/3. It's given way to Brents, Jake Brents. Control and command an issue. 2 runs have crossed the plate, and Stevenson fouls this one, holding the count to 2-2. Another deep count right here, 3-2. And ball 4. Second walk of the inning to go with the hit batter and that base hit. Sosa's at second, Stevenson at first. Buddy Kennedy will step in for his second plate appearance already. Ball 1. And Driscoll's going to take a little time. The Rays get some action in the bullpen. Well, a 1-out walk started all of this. The Rays taking their time on the mound, giving Grable more time in the bullpen. Finally out there, Tyler Jones, the plate umpire, breaks it up. Want to know the count to Kennedy. Veteran infielder. He's a utility infielder. There's a strike, 1-1.
I'm on something here, buddy. Come on.
Kennedy from the same hometown as Mike Trout in Millville, New Jersey. Two. Kennedy and Trout spending time in the offseason working out together. Fouls it back, and you know his setup at the plate is not unlike Mike Trout. Kind of interesting. Two different type players, but work out together. And when you take a look at how he sets up at the plate, there's some similarities. 2-2, and as mentioned, trying to make this team with no options left, and a guy who can play a number of positions. Right back.
Hey, what a hang, buddy.
2 runs in, 2 outs with 2 men on, and the count is 2-2. Deuces everywhere. Sosa back at second, Stevenson at first. Jake Brents to Buddy Kennedy again on the 2-2. Kennedy keeps the at bat alive. Ray's got to look at Kennedy when he first got to the big leagues with the Detroit Tigers. Brief time with Detroit, now with the Phillies. Battle continues. It's an 8-pitch at bat so far. And let's see what happens here with Brents making this delivery. And a foul ball again. Kennedy battling his way through this at bat. And how about that? Now that was ball 3. And Kennedy headed to first, and alertly Driscoll went back to second because Sosa was a little confused on the count. So Kennedy lost track of the count. This at bat has been so deep. 10 pitches in so far, and Driscoll had the wherewithal to throw it back down to second, and Sosa got back in. Now there's ball 4. And the bases are loaded. So 3 walks, a hit batter, and a base hit. And Brents has struggled mightily Pitching change coming.
Prescription opioids can be addictive and dangerous. Addiction can happen in as little as 5 days. Most opioid addiction begins with a legal prescription. It's time to speak out, opt out, and throw out. Talk to your doctor or your dentist to see what's right for you and ask about the risk of addiction. Ask if there are alternative treatments. Learn how to safely use, store, and dispose of opioids to prevent addiction, because it only takes a little to lose a lot. Visit cfbhn.org for more information.
What would I do if my credit union paid my mortgage for a year? I'm finally opening the best bagel shop in town. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
We're back here in Port Charlotte. Bases loaded for the Phillies here. And Joey Crable taking over on the hill for the Rays. We got Taj Bradley, who came off just a bit ago. 23 pitches, I think you said. You retired 7 of the 8 guys you faced. How'd you feel about your first spring tune-up here, Taj?
I was excited, man. No nerves, more just, excitement. I was happy to get out there. Like, first pitch, kind of ramped it up a little bit. McClanahan told me, like, just back down. You know, we're still in February. But, yeah, I was excited with everything. All the pitches I threw, strikes in the zone, and early contact.
Speaking of excitement, a lot of people are excited to watch you this year. What did you learn from last year? AL Pitcher of the Month. I know you struggled a little bit towards the end of the season. What did you take away, lessons learned from last season?
Just keep a level headspace. You know, you're going to have your ups and downs, your hills and valleys and stuff like that. But as long as you're happy going to the field the next day, you know, it's not going to be that, you know, what is it? It's a quote. I'm going to get back to you on it. But, like, hard times don't last long. Yeah. So when I got to the end of, August and got into September, like, it started to change a little bit.
I'll tell you what, we're all excited. I know it's going to be a big year for you, Taj. Thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it. Good first outing for you. Dwayne, back to you.
All right, thank you. Just in time for the chopper to first off the bat of Stubbs. That will retire the side. 2-0 Philadelphia.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV?
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Oh my God.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Or mind control?
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch.
Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
I started using when I was 13. It was like, oh, well, they're prescription opioids, so they can't be that dangerous. My perception was once you stop using, like, that's it, your life is over. I didn't even realize that I needed help until the day that I got arrested. I have been able to accomplish a lot in my recovery. I just want to be happy, and I want to thrive in my life.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible.
What a day this turned out to be for the Rays. Burrell gets into this one. High and deep to left center. And he got it. An immaculate inning right there.
Josh Lowe goes deep. And the pitch is swung on a missed strike 3. It's 99.
What a play by Taylor Wall.
A 3-run homer for Caminero.
And what a finish this is. Rays Spring Training Baseball is brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union, giving you more perks and less fees. Join today at suncoast.com. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Rays baseball, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Couple runs in the top of the frame. 8 men came to the plate. The Phillies have grabbed this lead. And Joel Kunal will be the new pitcher. Rays saw some of him last year in a Rays uniform. First pitch to Chandler Simpson is a strike call. Kunal claimed off waivers by the Rays last year. Placed on waivers by the Brewers, and now Kunal in camp with Philadelphia. 1-1 the count to Simpson. And as we talked about him earlier, boy, just about anything he puts into play. There's a base hit, lined out of the reach of Sosa. And the turnover at first base, and Simpson has been a base runner deluxe in the stolen base department. 104 stolen bases last year in the minor leagues in 110 games. He was successful 86% of the time. Morgan Driscoll, the Rays catcher, and the runner on the move. Pitch is a strike, and the throw will not be in time. He is in there head first, and that's exactly what he does, and it makes him so exciting. He can get on base in so many ways. Just get on base and watch him run. You know, the scouts have this rating numerically 20 to 80. Well, they say his speed is at 90 when you rate the different elements of the game that players have. And he has been unbelievably successful in the minor leagues, as that 104 stolen base mark a year ago would indicate. That was at A ball and Double-A. One and one. You know, especially in today's game, where you think of the game has tended more toward home runs and strikeouts, extra bases, the name of the game. This pitch is fouled back. And Simpson making a name for himself just in the face of all of the changes that we've seen in this game the last few years. I mean, truly a throwback to when speed at one point dominated. High chop out to second base. Over to third base goes Simpson. Driscoll advances the runner. Sosa out there at second, taking care of the chopper. And now the Rays have a man at third base with one out for the top of the order, Yandy Diaz. Ground ball by the mound to second. Run's going to score. So the Rays turn that leadoff base hit into a run. Diaz making contact, putting the ball into play, and Simpson crosses the plate. And the Rays on the board for the first time in this game. So it's now 2-1, and that's what that speed to lead off an inning can do. And that's elite speed by Chandler Simpson. Brandon Lau takes ball one. One and one. Tried to check, could not. That's a strike. You know what we just saw last year, the season league average for getting a runner home from third with fewer than 2 outs was 51%. and the Rays were last in the majors at 44.9%. They just got a man home from third with less than 2 outs on that ground ball, and it was set up by the speed of Simpson. Well, up in the count. The chop out to Miller at short. And his throw to first in time. We are through 3. It's a 2-1 ball game, Philadelphia.
The new Checkers and Valley's Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 breaks all the rules. Like the rule that sizzling, crazy, cravey food has to be expensive. And the rule that steaky, schmelty, Swissy cheesesteak can't also be a big beefy burger. And especially the rule that the voice guy can't take a bite. So worth it. The new Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 at Checkers and Rallies. Grab it before it's gone.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Thinking of updating my kitchen. Thinking of redoing our kitchen. We are finally updating our kitchen.
For all those people who never seem to get around to it,
Breakfast no.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving. Really?
Really? At home or in person. That's guidance from Chase.
Derek! Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car.
Too much heat?
I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth! Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why? Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Tucson with 2.99% APR or get $2,000 bonus cash today.
2-1 ball game. We're headed into the 4th inning. As we see Chandler Simpson take the field after scoring the Rays run. Rays 2025 single game tickets on sale coming Thursday. Witness the Rays take on the best in baseball at Steinbrenner Field. Purchase your tickets at RaysBaseball.com. 2025 regular season presented by Orlando Health. New pitcher for the Rays, another right-hander, Jonathan Hernandez on the hill. Bradley, Brent, Grable, and now Hernandez. Aiden Miller leads it off for Philadelphia, and the pitch low and outside for a ball. Miller out of Mitchell High School, Trinity, Florida. And the Phillies picked him in the first round in 2023. 2-1 the count. Hernandez falls behind. 3 balls and a strike. And this one a little wide for ball 4. And Miller draws the walk to open the inning. Phillies had 3 walks and a hit batter and scored 2 runs on just 1 hit in the 3rd. And now Justin Crawford stepping in. Grounded to second his first time. And there's a bunt foul down the third baseline. You talk about some young talent in Miller at first and Crawford at the plate for this Philadelphia organization. Justin, Carl Crawford's son. Oh-2. Carl spent 15 years in the major leagues. And it's a 2-strike count. You'll recall Carl hit from the left side through left, and his son Crawford, Justin Crawford, a left-handed hitter. And in left field, we've also seen him on the infield. And so for both Miller and Crawford, just a matter of time before they're spending a lot of time in the major leagues. Bradley worked 2 1/3. Brent's the lefty on for 2/3. Control issues led to 2 runs. Hit battered and 3 walks and a hit. Grable, a third of an inning, and now the right-hander Hernandez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's going to drop low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Broken bat, ground ball, third, down to second, out there, and first, not in time. The Rays trying to turn that double play, but with the speed of Crawford, they settled for the force play. Miller forced at second base. And Crawford is aboard. And as you could expect, he can run. Big cut and a miss. Otto Kemp, the first baseman, strike 1. They grade him out as a 70 in the scouting grade book. Oh, 2, now delayed as that ball was picked by Driscoll, and Crawford with a combination of awareness and speed and advances on that pitch. We'll call that a wild pitch, and he took full advantage. I mean, he was off. One ball, 2 strikes. Two to 1 ball game. Phillies scored twice in the third. The Rays got their run in the third. Philadelphia with a man in scoring position, and that's going to get him home. Crawford rounding third. That ball into the corner, and Kemp will wind up at second to make it 3-1. So the leadoff walk, even though that runner was forced, it's converted into a run as Crawford reached on a fielder's choice. Wild pitched up to second and scores on Kemp's liner. And we go back to the top of the order now. And that's the first pitch ball. 2-0. Hernandez falling behind these hitters here. Hernandez in camp as a non-roster player. Dividing time last year between Texas and Seattle. It's a strike. Hernandez, good arm, as the strikeout, the innings pitch ratio would indicate almost a strikeout per inning. But command has been an issue for him. It's 2-2 now to Rojas. Back into left. Morel will make the catch. Turn and throw back toward third. 2 gone on the liner to left. Well, upgrade your kids game with a Rays Rookies Kids Club membership presented by Suncoast Credit Union. For just $40, MVP membership includes a City Connect sling bag and a bucket hat. So join today at RaysBaseball.com/RaysRookie. Brandon Marsh in his left-handed bat against Kemp. Against Marsh, I'm sorry. Kemp is the runner at second, moving up, and now he takes the lead. And it's Marsh against Hernandez. Two balls, no strikes. Here's strike one, 2-1. Phillies rebuilding their 2-run lead. It's out of play, 2-2. Pleasant afternoon in the low 70s. Breeze in the ballpark. It's been out of the northwest. Skied to the left side toward the left field line. Morel trying to cover a lot of ground and can't get there. That ball down by the tarp. Out of the reach. And Hernandez will have to make another 2-2 pitch to Marsh. And a full count. Marsh with some pop. He had 16 home runs last year for the Phillies, and that's a career high for him. And there is ball 4. So Marsh draws the walk. 2 walks and a hit in the inning. A run is scored. And it's been a bit of a challenge here for Hernandez, who's going to depart this game. So he will leave with 2 men aboard, down 3-1.
What would I do if my credit union paid my rent for a year? Definitely getting a new ride. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Rays Spring Training Baseball brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. Giving you more perks and less fees. Join today at suncoast.com. And by Orlando Health, the official healthcare partner of the Tampa Bay Rays. Well, the new pitcher for the Rays, Alfredo Zaraga, who was their minor league relief pitcher of the year last year. He's in with 2 men on. And his first pitch to Edmundo Sosa is upstairs. Sosa got credit for a couple runs batted in the third, and here he is up again in the 4th inning with 2 men on and 2 men out. One and one. Zaraga divided time last year between AA and AAA. Had 75 strikeouts in 56 innings. Rays got him from the Cubs organization. Quickly up in the count. That's a popper right side. Lau and Yandy over there, and Yandy Diaz will make the catch. So a run scores, and we have a 2-run game once again.
Choose Winters and Yonker, and we will send an attorney to you. Let our aggressive attorneys represent you for your personal injury case. Our firm will send an attorney, not an investigator, legal assistant, or paralegal. Winters and Yonker.
For over 50 years, the lawyers at High Stack Law Firm have gained the skills and experience necessary to tackle any case with any defendant and any insurance company. We provide the highest level of service to injured people. If you've been injured, think High Stack.
For a good time, head on down to Camp Holly Airboat Rides. Enjoy a nice cold beverage from the Tiki Bar. Listen to live music from the rear deck. Stop by Gator's Grill and get a real taste of old Florida. Take in the beautiful view from our observation deck. Camp Holly Airboat Rides is Brevard County's #1 airboat riding destination. Located on the St. Johns River in West Melbourne. Call us today to book your next team building or family event. Visit Camp Holly Airboat Rides today.
For over 50 years, the lawyers at High Stack Law Firm have gained the skills and experience necessary to tackle any case with any defendant and any insurance company. We provide the highest level of service to injured people. If you've been injured, think High Stack.
What a day this turned out to be for the Rays. Burrell gets into this one. High and deep to left center. And he got it. An immaculate inning right there.
Josh Lowe goes deep. And the pitch is swung on a miss, strike 3. It's 99.
What a play by Taylor Wall.
A 3-run homer for Caminero.
And what a finish this is. 3-1 ball game. Philadelphia leading the Rays. Rays coming into hit in the bottom of the 4th inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays LLC. Michael Mercado will be pitcher number 3 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And he will face Jimenez to begin his work. Jimenez caught looking his first time up. That was against the left-hander Cristopher Sánchez, who looked very good. Sanchez just 20 pitches and 17 strikes. There's a pitch inside. 2-0. And 3 straight misses. 3-0. Run the count full. A little tapper halfway to the mound. Pick up and toss, and Jimenez is the first out. Cristopher Morel will be up there. Boy, when you look at Jimenez and Morel, two right-handed hitters, when they connect, they have power. Connecting is the issue at times. 1 ball, no strikes. And the Rays taking a very good look at both of them. 1 ball, 1 strike because of the power quotient. You can only imagine if they could get the kind of power from these two right-handed bats, it would go a long way to igniting the offense. And so we'll see how it turns out, because both have hit at times significant amounts of home run. And the Rays coming into this year looking for something that will ignite the offense. That's a hard hit line drive into left, and a base hit for Morel. 1 out single, and the Rays pick up their 3rd hit. Kevin Cass looking on. The Rays in 2023 scored 860 runs, a franchise record. Strike to Palacios. Last year that dropped off to 604, which was the fewest in franchise history over a full season. Popped up left side. It's Kenny guarding his eyes from the sun with his glove and the glasses down, making the catch. 2 gone. And when you look at the entirety of major league offenses, only the White Sox in the major leagues scored fewer runs at 604 for the Rays, and only the White Sox had fewer runs than that. Curtis Mead, 1 ball, no strikes. And when you look at the pitching and even the ability to catch the ball, runner takes off, a delayed move, and he is safe. He got in under the tag. John Libka on the call, and Morel picks up a stolen base. So the Rays now with a man in scoring position. You can see Libka right on top of the play, and he liked the idea that Morel got that foot on the bag before the tag. Fly ball, center field. Marsh, that ball's carrying. It's going to be over his glove and off the bottom of the wall. A run's going to score, and Mead winds up at second base. And I think with that wind blowing out of the northwest, that blew the ball away from Marsh to the benefit of the Rays. Mead's going to get a double on that. The Rays get a run. And so it's a 1-run game now, 3-2. Well, that ball just continued to carry away. And you see Marsh out there. He is an outstanding defensive player. Now Caballero fouls it back, strike 1. So there's a hit with a man in scoring position. And, you know, these numbers all kind of complement each other because the Rays hit just .212 with men in scoring position last year, which goes right in with the run production numbers. 1-1 to count to Jose Caballero. He'll be checked as that pitch drops out of the zone. 2-1. Shot, gloved by Miller, up, and the throw's going to skip by Kemp. Meade's going to score, and the Rays will tie this game. Well, an outstanding stop by Miller, but the throw skipped by Kemp. And with that, Caballero's going to be awarded second base. Here's another look, and you can see the stop coming out of the base runner. Miller, nice job there, but he pulled the throw and skipped it by Kemp. So it's a base hit and an E6. And the Rays get a run to make it a 3-3 ball game. Chandler Simpson. Simpson scored the first run for the Rays when he opened the third with a base hit. Into center field. Marsh is there for that one to make the catch. So the Rays with a couple runs on 3 hits. An error helped, and it's 3-3.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV?
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Oh my God.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Or mind control?
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch.
Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
We were driving to the supermarket, and as we entered the parking lot, a car ran a stop sign and completely T-boned us. When I was first prescribed my prescription pain meds, there was nobody to tell me that these have a really high potential for addiction. How could I be addicted? I get these from my doctor. It kills your soul and it makes you feel worthless.
Hurry in to the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, the sporty Sentra, and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Get up to $2,500 total savings on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
With Allegra, you can stop being sneezy without feeling sleepy. Get 0% brain interference for fast, non-drowsy allergy relief with Allegra. It's a no-brainer. Disney Snow White in theaters March 21st.
Tie ball game. We're headed into the 5th inning. It's 3-3. Beautiful afternoon. Rays have a new pitcher, Edwin Uceta. Cal Stevenson leads off, and that first pitch is a strike. Uceta with a very good arm. He throws a lot of strikes. Tapper, that's going to kick foul. 0-2. Kennedy will be next. Then Stubbs against Uceta. Back, holding the count. Uceta part of that bullpen. We've talked about the rotation, and you could count it 6 men deep. And the bullpen has been very deep as well for the Rays. Another foul ball right there out of play. And Uceda is 24 years old, out of the Dominican. Well, he's a little older than that now. He's 27. This one is fouled back. And a pretty good repertoire of pitches. And that fastball is consistently in the neighborhood of 95. Little tapper foul, but he'll give you, coming out of the bullpen, a number of pitches. A four-seamer and a change. He'll cut the ball, he'll sweep it. And he gets the strikeout right there. And that is out number 1. Well, a reminder, the Rays have new partial season memberships, including traditional 20-game plans and a fan's choice plan. No matter how you support the Rays, there's a plan available just for you. For more info, visit raysbaseball.com/tickets. Pitch runs up and in to Kennedy. 1 ball, no strikes.
Get something.
2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Uceda's been around with a number of organizations. Seen a little time with the Dodgers and Arizona, with the Mets and the Rays, all at the big league level. And he's come back to run the count full to Kennedy, 3-2. And he comes back and picks up his second straight strikeout. And we got ahead of Stevenson, finished him on an 0-2, and then fell behind Kennedy. Worked it back 3-2, and he gets him right there. Gets him by him. Here's Garrett Stubbs. 1 ball, no strikes. Foul out of play. 1-1.
Really close.
1-2 now. Ooh, look out. Pitch up and in, and Stubbs on his backside up there. Two, that pitch started to cut in and really jammed him up there. He lost his balance, trying to hold up. So that hit his bat, a foul ball, and the count is still 1-2. And a chopper, that's going to be foul. One of the things he did, I think, when he came to the Rays, he used to throw that curveball, and they got him to drop that, which would have given him 5 pitches coming out of the bullpen. He added the cutter, which has been effective for him. Now 2-2. So if you go a healthy fastball four-seamer with the change and then the cutter and occasionally a sweep, he gives you something to think about. And this bullpen figures to be deep, as we have mentioned over the last day or so. The rotation coming in deep, and boy, how great it is to have Shane McClanahan back. But that bullpen should be deep as well. And the check swing, foul ball. You can see with Stubbs up here, it's not an easy at bat against Uceda. And this is a right-hander against a left-handed hitter. And a cut and miss. He strikes him out. 1-2-3 as he strikes out the side. 3-3 ball game.
What would I do if my credit union paid my rent for a year? Definitely getting a new ride. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Derek.
Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car.
Too much heat?
I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth. Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why?
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Elantra for $189 a month today.
Degree whole body deodorant for all-day odor protection. Degree, it won't let you down.
What a day this turned out to be for the Rays. Burrell gets into this one. High and deep to left center. And he got it. An immaculate inning right there.
Josh Lowe goes deep. And the pitch is swung on a missed strike three at 99.
What a play by Taylor Wall.
A three-run homer for Camadero.
And what a finish this is.
3-3 ball game heading into the bottom of the fifth here from Port Charlotte. I've got Rays pitching coach Kyle Snyder here with me. Kyle, let's just start with the guy we saw start today's game in Taj Bradley. Pretty good. 7 of the 8 guys he got, 23 pitches. Your assessment of what you saw today and what you expect from him this season?
Take another step forward, right? I mean, he had a really good year last year, first full season after the PEC, coming out of spring training last year, delayed him a little bit, but, he was pitcher of the month, arguably could have been, 2 months if it wasn't for one outing on, I think, the May 31st, but, really good outing out of him today, extremely efficient, got him up a third time. He's been built up to about 35 pitches on backfields after a couple of live settings, one even before we opened up for spring. But I thought he looked really sharp today.
There's been a lot of conversations about 6 starters and quality and 5 rotation spots to fill. How do you assess that this spring and watching these guys and determining who's going to be your starting 5 when the season begins?
Well, they're all deserving of it, but at the end of the day, there's also things that you can't predict, But our goal is to build all 6 of them up, ready to go to start 30 games, and just see where we are at the end. And if there's difficult decisions to be made, then that's so be it. But I think right now, I think they all understand that like where they basically fit into this, and that they are all starting pitchers. But depth's an important thing, and it's everybody's got 1,500 innings to pitch each year, so and then hopefully an additional month of that as well.
And then in terms of the bullpen, we saw Uceda here, striking out 3 batters he faced here in the last frame. Got to be confident what you're going to see out of your bullpen this season with arms like Edwin on the mound.
No question. A lot of guys really, took big leaps forward in the last half of last season, and we kind of reshuffled our bullpen around a little bit. But guys like him, Mason Montgomery, Hunter Biggie, those guys got to pitch pretty important innings for us towards the tail end of the season. Their heart rates didn't change, and they produced, and we would expect a lot of the same picking up right where they left off. So.
Well, I know it's a busy spring for you, Sess, and all these guys. Thank you so much for spending a few moments with us here in the spring broadcast. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, Dwayne, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Ryan. Ricardo Hinoves, the catcher, just entered the game last inning, and so here he is leading off in the bottom of the 5th, facing Devin Sweet. 1-2 the count. Lifted to the left side, back towards center. The wind carries it a little bit now, and it's going to be caught shallow out there by Marsh, the center fielder. So it turns out to be a put out for Brandon Marsh, and Hinoves the first out in the bottom half of inning 5 of this tie game. 3-3, and back to the top side we go. Couple of ground ball outs for Yandy today. He drove in a run with a ground ball in the 3rd. Oh, a hot shot. This one deflecting off the pitcher, Sweet, and the throw to first. Miller made the pickup on the carom, and they'll go check the Philly pitcher on that liner off the bat of Yandy Diaz. Here's another look. Boy, that got him. Let's see. They may take him out of there. No point in taking a chance here. Got him in the back there. And deflected to Miller, who made the play. And so Sweet will depart this game after that line drive off the bat of Yandy Diaz. So that technically a 1-6-3 right there. 3-3 ball game.
Choose Winters and Yonker, and we will send an attorney to you for your auto accident. I'm Bill Winters. If you've been injured in an accident, call Winters and Yonker so we can start working on your case. Call Winters and Yonker for your free attorney consultation.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
It was named after Governor Thomas Bennett. It's a small community and just a great place to live.
We have a sense of place that involves history and people. People are our best asset.
No matter where you go, you feel welcome.
Good morning. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
We future-proof this town at least 20 to 30 years.
That's opportunity right there. That makes the playing field level now.
How you doing, Lakia? It's gonna be $54.80 today.
High-speed internet. It's the game changer.
We need access to high-speed internet. And if you would just tap right there for me, and that's exactly what Spectrum has provided for us.
High-speed broadband internet, it can open up the whole world to them.
I think it means everything. Even though we're in a small town that don't really have much, you connect to the rest of the world.
This is the beginning of it right here, Spectrum.
I'm not just saying this to say it. Spectrum is truly an awesome company.
We are Marlboro County. I'm looking forward to what's next in the future.
We welcome you back to Rays Spring Training Baseball, presented by Suncoast Credit Union. Home half of the 5th inning here tied the Rays and the Phillies 3-3. Entertain groups of all sizes at Charlotte Sports Park. Spring Training presented by Visit Tampa Bay, the perfect location for family gatherings, work outings, birthdays, or more. Book your party area at raysbaseball.com/spring. And a perfect afternoon temperature in the low 70s. A breeze in the ballpark. It's been consistent out of the left field corner from the northwest at 11 to 12 miles per hour. Picturesque setting here with the scattered white clouds and the azure blue sky. And with the pitcher Devin Sweet taking that liner off the bat of Yandy Diaz. Yandy officially out 1-6-3 on the play. And the Phillies bring on Andrew Bechtold. He is pitcher number 5. And he will have a bases empty, 2-out situation here. Facing Brandon Lau. Strike 1. Brandon had a base hit his first time up with a line single into left, grounded to the shortstop his last time. Two and one. Well, the Phillies opened the scoring with 2 runs in the third. Rays back with a run in their third. Phillies made it 3-1 with a run in the fourth, and the Rays with 2 in the bottom of that inning to tie it. So we now play in the bottom of the 5th inning, tied 3-3 at a full count on Brandon Lau. Down the right side, going to hook foul. Souvenir right there in foul ground. Brandon picked up the first hit of this game with a first inning single, and he lined it to left the other way for that base hit. Going to earn him another pitch on 3-2. He'll get another look. Hanging tough. Extending the at bat. Here is the 10th pitch of the at bat, and it's ball 4 inside. So Brandon Lau works that walk. And the Rays get a base runner. I'll tell you, that's the first walk the Rays have come up with in this game. And a great job by Brandon Lau to get him in as to the plate. Going to be a strike. He could not check. Pinch runner over at first. Braden Taylor will be the runner over there. Pitch darts low. 1-1. Big swing and just a little bit of that. Foul ball. It's 1-2. Taylor is back in. Count holds it. A ball, 2 strikes. Two and two. Well, with 2 outs. Wow, drew the walk. Taylor running for him. And swing and miss by Jimenez. Out on strikes for the 2nd time today. At the end of 5, 3-3.
Every day, 44 people in the U.S. die from a drug overdose. The majority of overdose deaths involve opioid use. In addition, overdose deaths accelerated during the COVID-19 pandemic. But they don't have to. Under Florida's Good Samaritan Act, you cannot be prosecuted for calling 911 to get help for someone who has overdosed. This is especially critical in emergencies where every second counts. There is help. Recovery is possible. Visit cfbhn.org for more information.
What would I do if my credit union paid my mortgage for a year?
I'm finally opening the best bagel shop in town. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Three ball game. Our game moving into the 6th inning. A little family moment there for Brandon Lau. Brandon leaving the game after the first 5 innings here in spring training, and has a little company as he departs. Rays bring on the hard-throwing left-hander here, Mason Montgomery. He'll face Aiden Miller. And a strike call. 2 outstanding young performers here. The young hard-throwing left-hander for the Rays, Mason Montgomery, and Aiden Miller playing shortstop today for the Phils. Chopped toward the middle. It's going to be Taylor who has just taken over, and he makes the play. Nicely done on that chopper. Trey Morgan on the receiving end of that throw. Morgan taking over at first base. So Mason Montgomery on the hill, and the new right side of the infield. Morgan at first and Taylor at second. Now Justin Crawford. Crawford swings and misses that fastball, and that is a great calling card for Montgomery, and he's pretty much really great blazing fastball, and then the slider, and that's a hard slider as well. He's ahead of Crawford, 2 strikes. Chop to third. And Meach throw across in time, so a couple of ground ball outs. Yeah, Montgomery last year went to the bullpen, made the conversion from a starter to a reliever at the AAA level. And that velo on the fastball just went up and stayed constant. Kemp with a high fly ball into right. That's going to be a very quick 6th inning. Otto Kemp flies out. 1, 2, 3. We're tied at 3.
It starts in darkness. And then suddenly, out of the darkness, energy. Beans ground, milk froth, shots poured, espresso shaken and shaken and shaken and shaken and shaken 10 times, no more, no less. This is the story of coffee and company. The Starbucks you love is ready. Hello again.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV?
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Oh my God.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Or mind control?
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch. Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
What would I do if my credit union paid my mortgage for a year?
I'm finally opening the best bagel shop in town. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Well, a peek into the Rays dugout right there. 3-3 ball game as we move into the bottom of the 6th inning. And so the Rays and the Phillies battling it out today here, 3-3. And we'll get to the defensive changes. Padilla takes over on the mound. Nicholas Padilla is the new pitcher. 6th pitcher of the day. And what is a 3-3 ball game. And there are wholesale changes, so we'll get to those. Caleb Ricketts is the catcher, so that takes care of the battery for the Rays. Cristopher Morel leads off, and the pitch is down. Down around the knees for a strike. Wholesale changes coming here now. That's a big cut in the miss. Morel has scored one of the 3 runs. He singled with 1 out, stole a base, and scored a run. That was in the 4th inning. One that skips in. And Padilla, this is down with that one to square the count at 2-2. So wholesale changes defensively, an entire new unit out there defensively for the Phils. Breaking ball sweeps down. So the count is full, 3-2. And Padilla with that full count. Morel turns it loose and fouls it. Until it was on for a third of an inning. He finished up the fifth, and Sweet was forced to leave after 2/3. On the ground to third. Picked up by Lantigua. And Morel is out number one. It's Rafael Antigua down at third. And now Palacios will bat. Richie 0 for 2 today. A ball, no strikes. We have Rodolfo Castro in the game at short. So the left side with Lantigua and Castro. Palacios pops it up. And it's going to be Castro, the shortstop, making the call. So 2 gone. Brent Barquar is the second baseman, taking the place of Sosa. Carson Taylor at first. This is the fun part of spring training, by the way, when you get to see the guys who we won't see for a while, with a peek toward the future. Curtis Mead up here. A ball, no strikes. Mead has a double. He doubled in a run in the 4th inning and scored a run. One and one. And Mead has come to camp stronger. And that's some added upper body strength as he looks to take advantage of that. And that's a takedown. And he fouls this one back. So it's a 2-2 count. We have Leandro Pineda in left, Matt Kroon in center, and Gabriel Rincon Jr. in right. And Caleb Ricketts behind the plate. And as Mead takes that pitch down to run the count full, I think that accounts for everybody on the field, because they had an entirely different defensive unit come in. And Mead, meanwhile, has worked the full count and sends it into right field. Got some hang time, but it's going to drop and will kick by. Rincon's out there. Mead thought about it, but decided to hang on. He has his second hit of the day. He had doubled in a run, scored a run in the 4th, and it's a 2-out single in the 6th inning. And that's going to get Caballero to the plate. Strike one. So the Rays now have picked up 6 hits on the day. 3 runs, 6 hits. Phillies 3 runs, 3 hits. And a line shot, and it's grabbed down there by Lantigua at third to retire the side. We are through 6, tied 3-3.
Prescription opioids can be addictive and dangerous. Addiction can happen in as little as 5 days. Most opioid addiction begins with a legal prescription. It's time to speak out, opt out, and throw out. Talk to your doctor or your dentist to see what's right for you and ask about the risk of addiction. Ask if there are alternative treatments. Learn how to safely use, store, and dispose of opioids to prevent addiction, because it only takes a little to lose a lot. Visit cfbhn.org for more information.
Derek.
Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car.
Too much heat?
I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth.
Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why?
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month today.
For a limited time, Outback Steakhouse has a 3-course meal called the Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi. With soup or salad, your choice of select down-under entrees, and New York-style cheesecake for dessert.
New York? That's not in Australia.
The Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, 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 oi!
It's three O's. 3 courses starting at just $14.99. Available now at Outback Steakhouse.
At Moss Nissan, we're in the business of building relationships. Whether you're in the market for a vehicle, looking to sell your current vehicle, or just in need of service, Moss Nissan is here to provide you all the information you need to make an informed car buying decision. Moss Nissan, whatever it takes.
Welcome back. The Rays and the Phillies tied 3-3 as we go to the 7th inning. Rays and this Philadelphia ball club have started to empty the benches. We'll be joined by a special guest here in the 7th. Rays scored a run in the 3rd and 2 runs in the 5th to get this game tied up, and it's been that way since. First pitch here in the 7th is down for a ball. Happy to have John Daniels join us. John, it's great to see you. Great to be in your company. And
likewise, thanks for having me.
We could talk baseball for a long time. This pitch popped up foul, going to carry out a play. But you know, in your role now with the Rays, and we could go back to Texas because, I mean, you were one of the young Turks, you know, in the front office.
Was.
And
yeah,
well, and you know, well, we were all young once,
right.
So we were. And it's great to have you come in and sit down and kind of analyze, you know, what's happened with the Rays. And I think you coming and joining the Rays organization over the recent past has been just a plus. A lot of great things happened with this ball club. And I think, oh, look at this wide throw. Morgan trying to stretch, trying to actually do the splits over there. Could not come up with it. And Tanner Murray, who's now at shortstop, threw that ball a little bit wide. And the leadoff runner is aboard here in the 7th. But your role here with this team, going from one operation that you pretty much built to another one, and the way the Rays do business, what kind of similarities and differences did you have to adjust to here?
Yeah, I think one of the similarities, one of the things that drew me here was just how, as an organization, from ownership all the way through, just they genuinely care about people and they treat their people well, and you could tell how many people have been here for, you know, 15, 20 plus years. Sure. And so that was a big draw. I had a relationship with Eric dating back to when we would, you know, do business together, and he and I were kind of always call each other and check in. And you know, the Rays have such a wonderful history and great, you know, in making good decisions on player transactions, and have kind of punched above their weight, you know, from a payroll standpoint for so long. And you know, I kind of came in with the idea that I wanted to learn from so many of the people here that do such a good job in that area. On the flip side, just some of the things that I've experienced, hopefully I can help a little bit from maybe more of a staff development standpoint. But they do such a great job of kind of identifying talent and developing talent that, you know, I get to weigh in those areas. But, you know, for the most part, it's the staff development piece that I'm really enjoying. You know, and I know there are tons of trade secrets that, you know, we would love to go into.
you can't. I mean, it's a competitive situation. The building of a franchise, like the time you spent in Texas over there to build it, again, it was not a giant market to deal with. And in Texas, they didn't have the same kind of resources at times that other clubs did. You come to this market, there's some similarities there, I would think. I mean, you really almost have to, I don't know if you want to say outsmart people, but outwork them at least.
I think the outwork piece is right. Just the creativity and just the need for real, like, highly motivated people that are competitive and want to win and want to prove something in a market that, before, the Rangers that had success, Doug Melvin and Johnny Oates and their group in the 90s, but had kind of gotten away from that and weren't publicly all that relevant at the time. I think you could say the same thing about the Rays, and they hadn't really had that success until this group came in, and what they've accomplished over the last 15 to 20 years is remarkable. I think so much of that is just they've made just this commitment to making one good long-term decision after another. When you compound those month after month, year after year, over what we said a decade or two, you get in this position where the big league club is a lot of talent. The front office and the staff are big league staff are where people look for their next hires around the league. They're the envy in that regard. They revolutionized the game from a strategy and an R&D side in a lot of ways, and they're not done. You look up in the field, and here comes Carson Williams and Trey Morgan and Dominic Keegan and Chandler Simpson, and on and on and on. The system's chock full. It's that mindset of kind of uber competitive, high drive, high work ethic, and a desire to make good long-term decisions, and then you look up and you're in this position.
People, and you look across the board at different athletic endeavors, basketball, hockey, football. There's a nice play, and the Force at second. So it'll be first and third here. Or actually, I guess it will be first and third with that fielder's choice, but a nice play. The difference between building a ballpark, a baseball team, I've always thought that baseball, because of the number of players on a roster and the number of games one plays, and then all of the talent that you put into a minor league system, that the challenge may be greater in baseball.
The scale
to stay on top of. That's going to drop for a base hit.
The scale of the job is just much larger, right? There's just so many more things to consider. 5 or 6 minor league clubs, 20 rounds in the draft, the international side that these other sports don't have. No, they have their own challenges. Don't get me wrong. None of these are easy jobs, but the scale of the job, the baseball operations department they're 300-400 people deep, not counting the players and not counting the business side of the operation. It's just these are not like kind of small mom and pop operations. These are large scale businesses, very public-facing businesses that there's a lot of moving parts. And I agree totally. I think to have some friends in football and basketball, and again, those jobs are extremely difficult, but it's a different challenge when you're not spread quite as thin.
Yeah, and I think your time in Texas, you did such a great job over there, and then to come here with some challenges, that's going to score another run. Just to me, the nature of the game, there's so many variables trying to build a team. And just to stay on top of that, organize that in a way that you can continue to move forward and build. It seems to me to be as big a job as chemistry was for me in high school. I just didn't get it.
Yeah, and I do look at, like, I think stability and continuity are so valuable across the board. You look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? They were 3 coaches in, was it 50 years, maybe longer than that? I'm not totally sure. And as I think the Rays stand out in that regard. They hired Cash as he wasn't a big name at the time. He was mid-30s, and I personally knew him a little bit, but I don't think the industry necessarily did. And they've had since the current ownership group has been here, they've had 1 team president, 2 GMs, and 2 managers. That's unheard of. In 20+ years, that's unheard of. You just don't get that in the sport. And I think it goes hand in hand. It's hire good people, give them the resources to do their jobs, and allow them to do their jobs. And you see that here.
Yeah, and I think there's continuity, and that's basically what you're talking about. Continuity in personnel and continuity in approach to implementing what you're trying to do.
Yeah, because the Mitch Lukevich and R.J. Harrison, who are some of the architects of the first kind of great Rays teams, they're still here in advisory roles and working. And they're not just advisors; they're getting after it, and they're able to pass along some of the philosophies and how we did things and why we did things, and develop the Blake Buteras and the other kind of young, really talented people in the organization. While still allowing for innovation and still allowing for growth and all the things that you need. You can't just sit still and expect the same kind of results. But for a relatively young franchise, there's a great tradition that I don't think people outside of the Tampa area really gets to understand.
Yeah, and the thing that really has amazed me to watch is to keep the continuity, because there have been people who've been here and stayed a long time.
Right.
Day in, day out, year in, year out. But there also have been people who have left, and they have been replaced and almost not missing a step at all.
Yeah.
And the people who have left here have been excellent people, bright people who know how to construct a team and an organization. And yet this organization has been able, when they lose a valuable person like that, to continue that.
Yeah.
I don't know many organizations in any business who can do that.
I think that goes a lot to the long-term mindset and to staff development that are such, they develop their own players, they want to develop their own staff members. And part of the reason I got hired and part of the reason that the organization's done things the way they've done is to give these really talented young coaches, scouts, analysts, front office folks, all the resources they need to be ready to step in when that inevitable when somebody gets hired away or whatnot. I mean, we played the Twins yesterday, and there's Rocco, right? And we played playing Philly today, and Ani, one of their assistant GMs, was a big guy here coming up in the R&D department. You look around the league, it's all over the place. The Rays fingerprints are everywhere, and but you're right. The remarkable part about that is it's great that they've been able to do that. The remarkable part is that they have the deep bench to keep it going.
Yeah, that has always been something that I have had the privilege just to kind of watch as a step back from all of that's happening, and you try to analyze how this franchise has continued to be as successful as it has been. And there's a little popper. Hey, we should actually do a talk show sometime when we have a little more time. John, great to be with you. John Daniels has stepped in here and joined us. We are in the middle of the 7th. It's 5-3 Philadelphia.
The new Checkers and Rallies Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 breaks all the rules. Like the rule that sizzling, crazy, cravey food has to be expensive. And the rule that steaky, schmelty, Swissy cheesesteak can't also be a big beefy burger. And especially the rule that the voice guy can't take a bite. So worth it. The new Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 at Checkers and Rallies. Grab it before it's gone.
Today we know that many concussions never resolve and can be permanent, lifelong injuries. If you've been in an accident and have questions, we have answers. Let our half-century of experience representing brain injury victims work for you. Think high.
For a good time, head on down to Camp Holly Airboat Rides. Enjoy a nice cold beverage from the Tiki Bar. Listen to live music from the rear deck. Stop by Gator's Grill and get a real taste of old Florida. Take in the beautiful view from our observation deck. Camp Holly Airboat Rides is Brevard County's #1 airboat riding destination. Located on the St. Johns River in West Melbourne. Call us today to book your next team building or family event. Visit Camp Holly Airboat Rides today.
Today we know that many concussions never resolve and can be permanent, lifelong injuries. If you've been in an accident and have questions, we have answers. Let our half-century of experience representing brain injury victims work for you. Think high.
Let's go, go! FanDuel Sports Network is your home for Rays spring training. Don't miss a moment. as the Rays ramp up for the regular season. Presented by Suncoast Credit Union. Let's go!
Well, we move into the bottom of the 7th inning. Great to visit with John Daniels, and at the same time trying to keep track of what was going on in what is now a 5-3 ball game. Rays are coming in to hit. And Chandler Simpson opened in this spot. And a cut and a miss. This is Diaz. So Simpson had singled, stole a base, and scored a run. And John Diaz, who's now in center field, fouls it back. Pretty good rip at that pitch. And the Rays catcher Innovis will be up there next. Ooh, and strike 3 called. So 1 out, the bases are empty. The Rays runs came, 1 run in the 3rd and 2 runs, one of which was unearned in the 4th inning. Diaz had an RBI today. Meade had 1 on the double. Caballero reached on an infield hit, an error, and that allowed another run to score. And there's strike 1, 1 out, and the bases empty. The pitch is down. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCary out there on the mound. He takes that pitch high. Innoves. Carey, pitcher number 7 for the Phillies. And that's fouled back to run the count to 2-2. So we've had at least 14 pitchers in this game so far. And that's going to run the count all the way to 3-2. And a base hit. Libka, the second base umpire, to move out of the way to allow that one to get through into center field. A nice line drive off the bat of Innoves. And the Rays pick up a base runner in the 7th. Well, be sure and watch MLB.tv and stream 250 plus spring training games and every out-of-market game live or on demand. Plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Trey Morgan with a high popper foul. That's a tough play. And in and out of the glove. Where Ricketts had to run quite a down and out route to try to come up with that one and could not hold it. It was not an easy play, and so Morgan has himself another opportunity. Morgan entering the game at first in the 6th inning. Now that puts him down in the count. Phillies scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th to take a 5-3 lead. Morgan reached reaching for this one. Popping it into short right center. That's going to fall. And a throw to second's not going to be in time. Hillary had to hold up to see if that ball would be caught or not, and then make it into second ahead of the throw back in. Morgan adds himself a base hit into short right center. And the Rays have a little something going against McCary. That's going to bring up Braden Taylor. Taylor a cut and miss. One. Taylor out of TCU, Texas Christian University in Fort Worth. Oh, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He hit 20 home runs in the minor leagues last year at the A and AA level. The ball going to pop away from Ricketts, and now both men will be in scoring position. Morgan up to second. Innoves moving at third on the wild pitch. And just like that, the Rays down by 2, have 2 men in scoring position. Taylor at the plate, the 2-2 count. High shot back to center. And that's going to be caught. Tag at third. Innoves will score. Holding at second is Morgan. So the run batted in on the sacrifice fly. And we have a 1-run ball game. Now Trey Barrera, who is the DH, will go into that spot, the DH spot. Hitting now in place of Jimenez. Oh, and before he could see a pitch violation against him, and so Herrera will start this with a 1-strike count. Pops it foul. So he's seen 1 pitch and he's down 0-2. Lifted toward the foul line, and it's going to wind up out of play. Castro giving it a charge from shortstop, but he could not catch up. It's going to be strike 3, and the Rays are finished in the 7th, but they pick up a run, down 5-4.
What would I do if my credit union paid my rent for a year? Definitely getting a new ride. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV?
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Oh my God.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Or mind control?
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch. Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
My son, Cristopher Sánchez, was 20 years old when he was prescribed opioids. It took him 5 days to get addicted. I'm not supposed to be the one to go get his suit and tie and pick which sneakers that I'm gonna bury him in. My son overdosed at the age of 22 years old.
Five-4 game. We go to the 8th inning. The Phillies lead the Rays. Reminder, Rays fans, get the inside scoop. You sign up to receive Rays text. You'll receive ticket deals, pre-sale opportunities, and more. Text Rays to 42086 to sign up today. Message frequency may vary. Message and data rates may apply. On to the 8th. Mary Gorsey is the new pitcher for the Rays. Trent Farquhar, who's in there in second base, will be the hitter. Farquhar occupying the spot originally occupied by Aiden Miller, the shortstop, and now with a switch, Farquhar has gone over to play second base and Castro's at shortstop. Three and one now. That's going to be a fair ball. He's going to get two, and he will beat the throw coming in head first. It sounded as if the bat shattered on contact on that, and it was just fair up the left field line for a two-base hit. So Orsi is at second base. And the first pitch is a strike. Hey, let's go down to Ryan for a moment. Ryan?
Yeah, Dwayne, I got Rays hitting coach Chad Mottola here with me. And Chad, just to start the spring, offensively, I know a focus scenario for you guys has been simulating runners on. You got to be happy with what you saw earlier in this game with Chandler Simpson coming around to score.
Yeah, that's good to see. I mean, he puts pressure on the defense. He's having great at-bats, and it brings energy to us. And we've all been waiting to see him play, and he's living up to the bill for sure.
Yeah, who would you say has impressed you maybe most from an offensive standpoint? Has it been Chandler so far this spring?
Yes, and guys made some good adjustments overall as a team. So you see Yandy go right back up the middle, things like that. So some guys that are picking them up where they left off, and we get to see some young guys do what they can do. So it's a fun time for us overall.
I know it was well documented that the runners in scoring position, the struggles getting guys home. What have you done in spring this camp to try and simulate those scenarios and improve on that in 2025?
We're actually placing runners at third in situations where obviously the public doesn't know, but we were 3 for 4 today and 3 for 4, or actually 4 for 4 the other day, and I think 3 hits. So it's just presenting different situations when it doesn't present themselves. You hope guys get about 40 to 50 at bats. So if we steal about 10 of them, instead of doing it in a setting of BP, we're actually doing it in the game. So I think it's just lessens the anxiety when it happens in the game, and everybody on the bench knows it, so the other teams are looking at us, why they high-fiving after a pop out to the outfield leading off the inning. But everybody's buying in, so it's been a new way to look at stuff.
And just in terms of Steinbrenner Field, how does that dynamic and how the dimensions of that ballpark play into what you could see offensively, especially with got lefties up the dish?
Or Yandy. Yeah,
that's true.
Yes, but it's one of those things that does not enter our mind right now. We got to play there our first game. It does not seem as small as Yankee Stadium. It's the same dimensions, but it's one of these things we got enough to worry about rather than how far the fence is.
And just last for you, just good to have baseball back. How excited are you guys to be back this spring, work on some things, and hopefully surprise a lot of people this year?
Well, we got humbled a little bit last year. We're used to winning, and guys are hungry, and it's a good feeling to have. It's not fun to go through it last year, but it's fun to see how hungry everybody is to prove how good we are.
Chad, I appreciate it, and I can get a charge on go Knights, can I?
Yeah, I got my son there too now, so good times, charge on.
There we go. All right, 2 UCF alums here, Dwayne, back up to you.
All right, way to go, guys. Just some great commonality there. Here's Rincon's hitting one deep into right center field, and on the run to make the catch. Tristan Peters caught up with that one. And that will retire the side. It's 5-4 Philly.
Derek. Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car. Too much heat? I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth! Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why?
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Elantra with 2.99% APR or get $1,750 bonus cash today.
Electricity powers everything we do in Florida. You deserve a power company that delivers reliable electricity every single day. At FPL, our crews have undergrounded more power lines, installed stronger poles, and built a smarter, more resilient grid to deliver reliable electricity where you need it, when you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Prescription opioids can be addictive and dangerous. Addiction can happen in as little as 5 days. Most opioid addiction begins with a legal prescription. It's time to speak out, opt out, and throw out. Talk to your doctor or your dentist to see what's right for you and ask about the risk of addiction. Ask if there are alternative treatments. Learn how to safely use, store, and dispose of opioids to prevent addiction, because it only takes a little to lose a lot. Visit cfbhn.org for more information.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Rays are down by 1. They'll be facing a new pitcher, Andrew Schulfer, out there. Ensel's going to lead it off. And there's Schulfer. By my count, that's the 8th pitcher of the day for Philadelphia. The pitch is the ball. Thank you. Hetzel playing left. Hitting left-handed, 1-1 to count. Ball to the right side. Hetzel is the first out here in the 8th inning. Tristan Peters, who made that fine catch in the top half of the inning in right field, will be the hitter now. It's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0. You know, it's only because we have such high regard for Ryan Bass that we are not calling upon him to recreate and break down the entire game with all of the changes that we've had. That would require hazard pay beyond the means of all of us collectively put together.
Don't tempt me with a good time, Dwayne, by the way.
Well, while you're there, could you tell me what the second hitter in the top of the 7th inning did, and what the third hitter in the bottom of the 7th inning
I'll tell you
did?
what, Dwayne, my scorecard is probably worse than BA's during the regular season, so I don't know if you want to trust me.
I'm telling you, I thought you had more regard for yourself than that.
You and I are aligned, Dwayne. You know that. BA's a little bit of a wild card.
But he's the smartest one of the three of us
true.
today.
That is true.
Oh, there's quite a play out at second base. Not in time, though. Peters putting on the afterburners, has himself a base hit. Farquhar with a great effort out there at second. And I know that he entered the game in the 6th inning.
So you're on top of it. I knew you were, Dwayne. By the way, I wanted to add some color to Chandler Simpson a little bit from what Chad Mottola was telling me. Yeah. I had a chance to chat with Chandler prior to this ball game and just about his opportunity this spring. And you mentioned the old school way that he plays. He loves to embrace that. I mean, he talked about back in the Negro Leagues just how speed was really a premier part of the game. And he said, I just love being compared to some of those old school guys. And he's heard it all. Billy Hamilton, Tony Gwynn Jr. I mean, he's had all the comparisons. He welcomes it and he's excited for his opportunity, and he can't wait to get his chance in the big leagues and show what he can do on the big stage to him.
I can't wait for him to get a chance in the big leagues, because he's going to be fun. He's going to take part of this game back to what it was. Oh my, you go back to the days of Maury Wills and Lou Brock and those guys who could steal bases. Vince Coleman, and more recently Juan Pierre. Those are you miss those guys in this game, because the nature of how the game has been put together in recent years, that speed has been discounted. But what a wonderful part of the game, and I can't wait for him to be a part of this team.
Man, I think you saw it on display, Dwayne, but how lethal it can be for this club. Gets on, steals a base, moves over to third, and is able to score. And manufacturing those types of runs, it's why they're so high on Chandler Simpson, and it's why they believe he could be an impact guy at the major league level. It's just a matter of timing of when we'll see him in the bigs.
And it might be sooner than we think. I mean, he can't get here fast enough for me. I mean, what he could give to this game, I think it could really be a lot of fun to watch him develop and play and do the things that he can do.
100 stolen bases last year, Dwayne, and I asked him, pregame, I said, what's the goal this year? How do you top that? He goes, I'm keeping that one a secret. So, he may want to top and reach the century mark again in stolen bases, which is just crazy to think, Dwayne, for a guy with that kind of speed to reach those numbers. Quite impressive.
Yeah, good for him. No question about that. Not that we want to put any pressure on him, but he needs to get here as soon as he can. And he can hit too. I mean, he did hit 355 in a couple minor leagues combined. So,
and Dwayne, it's not just him. I mean, you look at Xavier Isaac and Carson Williams and Trey Morgan, who we've seen in the game today. I mean, there's a bevy of really good young talent for this club.
Yeah.
So it's going to be impressive to see.
Well, Montez tried to hold up. He was out on strikes. Peters caught stealing.
You'll be back. Emus can't help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
And Doug.
Well, I'll be. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Different dogs have different needs, like skin and coat, mobility support, and healthy digestion. That's why Ein's Advanced Health has different formulas, so every dog can be a healthy dog.
Bring it to the party, bring it to the top, bring it to the party. Never gonna stop.
Enjoy, unwind, connect with Spectrum TV On Demand.
From the latest hit movies you've been waiting to watch to your favorite comfort shows and more, all available instantly for you to stream. Create the all-around entertainment experience you've always wanted with Spectrum TV On Demand. Browse over 80,000 on-demand titles today.
For a good time, head on down to Camp Holly Airboat Rides. Enjoy a nice cold beverage from the Tiki Bar. Listen to live music from the rear deck. Stop by Gator's Grill and get a real taste of old Florida. Take in the beautiful view from our observation deck. Camp Holly Airboat Rides is Brevard County's #1 airboat riding destination. Located on the St. Johns River in West Melbourne. Call us today to book your next team building or family event. Visit Camp Holly Airboat Rides today.
Rays Spring Training Baseball brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. Giving you more perks and less fees. Join today at suncoast.com. And by the aggressive attorneys, Winters and Yawker. On to the 9th inning we go. Philadelphia leading the Rays 5-4. And the Rays will bring on a new pitcher, their 9th of the game, Michael Flynn. Things were so orderly when Taj Bradley left after 2 1/3, and things went south since then. Rodolfo Castro leads it off here in the 9th inning for the Phillies, and the first pitch is a strike from Flynn. Shot down the line, hooking, and that's going to be a foul ball. 0-2. Bradley was good, just 23 pitches in that 2 1/3 innings. And that was very encouraging. Uceta came on, pitched an inning, struck out the side. Some good things there. Two strikes the count. A little bit of that one foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Taylor on deck. And a cut and a miss. So Castro is out on strikes. Carson Taylor, who is the first baseman, will be coming up. Raimundo Sosa started in this spot as the second baseman and drove in 2 runs, first 2 runs of the game, and there's going to be a base hit dropping into center off the bat of Taylor. So Flynn has been touched for a hit. Rafael Antigua. Ground ball, double play ball. Murray to second 1, first base 2. Trey Morgan on the receiving end of the 6-4-3 double play.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches.
The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better with our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health. Choose well.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Spring training baseball presented by Suncoast Credit Union. We're headed into the Rays half of the ninth inning in what is a close game. And almost everybody that these two teams brought to the ballpark today gotten into this game, including now Jose Quaz, who is the ninth pitcher for the Phillies. Rays have utilized 9, the Phillies 9. And we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Tanner Murray, who's been at shortstop, will lead off. Jose Caballero originally in that spot, but Murray now handling it. And he faces Quas. This pitch is down. So the Rays need a couple to try to pull it out here. Rays came into this game 1-2 for the spring, and Philadelphia 0-2. One. Two balls and a strike. Three and one. Cross with that delivery gives you something to think about. He is lanky to begin with, and it drops down with his crossfire delivery. And that will send Murray down to first base. So the Rays get that leadoff man on. John Diaz, the center fielder, will be coming up. That's a ball. Diaz struck out in the 7th inning. It's only the second walk drawn by the Rays in this game. And Murray draws it to lead off the inning. This one popped up right side. Farquhar, the second baseman, makes the call and the catch. Four game, 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. And no base. Ricardo Noves steps in here with a runner at first, taking his lead. There's a big chop to second. Toss there, out there, and a 4-6-3 double play will end this game. The Rays drew a walk, but lose him on the double play ball and drop this game 5-4. So the Phillies earned their first win of the spring. They are now 1-2, and the Rays go to 1-3 on the spring. Padilla's going to get the win, and Hervés will take the loss. And we will be back in a moment.
What would I do if my credit union paid my mortgage for a year? I'm finally opening the best bagel shop in town. Become a Suncoast member today and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win your car, rent, or mortgage payments covered for an entire year. Go online or visit any branch to get all the benefits of banking with Suncoast. From fee-free checking to low-interest loans, exclusive membership perks, and more. Win big and dream bigger with Suncoast's Year of No Payments giveaway and become a Suncoast member today.
The new Checkers and Rally's Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 breaks all the rules. Like the rule that sizzling, crazy, cravey food has to be expensive. And the rule that steaky, schmelty, Swissy cheesesteak can't also be a big beefy burger. And especially the rule that the voice guy can't take a bite. So worth it. The new Philly cheesesteak burger for just $3.49 at Checkers and Rally's. Grab it before it's gone.
Tampa, St. Pete, the Rays, the Rowdies, the golf courses, the beaches. The Tampa Bay area is filled with great choices. That's why you choose to call it home. At Orlando Health, we're here to make your healthcare choices even better. With our investments in St. Pete's Bayfront Hospital and Tampa Bay's respected Florida Medical Clinic, plus new ER locations and even healthier choices to come. Orlando Health, choose well.
So, do you, do tricks?
No, Richard, I'm a genius. I'm not doing tricks for you.
Right.
Oh, all right, fine. I'll show you one trick. Toss me your phone. Okay, here we go. NerdWallet will find the right credit card or auto insurance for you in minutes.
Yep, just by answering a few simple questions.
Wow, smart.
Yeah, it's smart. It's genius, Richard.
Genius, Richard.
Genius! Nerds!
Well, this one goes into the books, and that's where it will stay. 5-4, Phillies over the Rays. 5-7-1 for Philadelphia. 4-9-1 for the Rays. Padilla the winner. Rays the losing pitcher in 2 hours and 47 minutes before 3,226. For Ryan Bass, this is Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. If not the outcome, we will be with you next on Monday, the 3rd of March against the Braves. So long from Charlotte Sports Park.